welcome first into the red corner is the Belgian K1 champion from Morocco, Wallouch!
Chris, I'm really looking forward to this one. We've seen already how tough the Moroccans are, but Liam Wells, I believe, is one of the most exciting young fighters in this country. He's transitioned seamlessly from full contact, where he won his world titles, to K1.
Liam Wells, a multiple-time world champion, as you've heard there, obviously, and a multi-sport athlete as well. Very creative, dynamic striker. That being said, the Belgium champ in the house tonight.
Well, that's it. I mean, I was talking to Liam earlier, and he said everybody thinks because it's K1, just take Liam's legs. He said that will be easier said than done, trust me.
And look at Liam going for the axe kick with his back up against the ropes. But Qualush is a monster. I was talking to his coach earlier in the locker room after the fighters meeting, and very intense striker.
But as I said to you, Chris, I honestly believe that this young man is destined for great things. You could say he's already there, but given his youth.
And looking at Wells yesterday at the weigh-ins, made weight very nicely, very lean, very good camp coming into this bout. Going 360 on that back kick. Qualush is going to have his hands full.
Let's put this in perspective, Chris. What he's done brilliantly is he's taken a career in semi-contact and points, got to the absolute pinnacle, then transitioned seamlessly into kickboxing and won everything there, then says, do you know what, I'm going to transition into K1, and he's doing just that.
A very gifted young fighter, but Qualush is having none of it. This guy ain't backing down at all, just moving forward, constantly trying to find a way in on Liam Wells, but Wells is just a dynamic individual, as I said.
Here's the other thing as well, Chris. Liam used to be a back foot fighter, a superb counter puncher, but if you notice the way he's taken on board the K1 ethos and principles.
And a 360 wheel kick attempt from Wells is returned with a mirror image from his opponent, both just missing. Man.
And you won't meet a nicer young man out of the ring. He is so lethal in it, and yet just so nice. He's the sort of guy you want to take home to meet your daughter. It's that simple.
Yeah, and Wells doing very nicely here to try and find a way in that's to his advantage. It's funny to see that guy lead with like axe kicks and push kicks to the face. It's like,
Chris, you and I talk about so many disciplines, and we've always said it's the fighter, not the discipline. What Liam Wells does, he takes all that stylistic talent from the semi-contact and the points, all the spins and the axes, and says you can use them if you know what you're doing.
No doubt about it. I mean, people talk about moves. They say, oh, that's low percentage. Well, drill it enough, and you're going to be able to land it when a guy least expects it. Qualush has done well, though. He was looking to try and keep his guard up and chop those low kicks in when Wells comes in with weight on them, but Wells just so creative.
That's what I was going to say, Chris. The creativity, the taking, centering, the pushing forward. As we saw in the last bout, it's close, but you're just going with the man from the blue corner. Or I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, Wells was very busy, very accurate, and as I said, very dynamic. Qualush did land some good low kicks, kept his guard high, but Wells just a bit too much. And you can see the champ there stretching in corner. I mean, his leg reach is just spectacular.
But Chris, it's not enough to have that reach. It's having the foresight to be able to use it. This is the great thing about Liam Wells. He's a thinking fighter. He's an explosive fighter. The two don't always go together. You normally get one or the other. This is what excites me about him. I know it sounds like hyperbole, but when you see the young man, you realise you're watching a real, I think, future legend. I'm going to stick my neck out here.
Yeah,
He's already achieved great things, but I still think there's so much more.
It's like a video game. It's like with someone at the controls, you know, they've got the combinations. They know what buttons to push. And he's got the foresight in the sense that he has good ring vision and seeing 2, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead.
And as I said, he used to be known as a back foot fighter, hard to tag, always on the defensive. And suddenly he's this aggressive machine that comes at you, not just with the aggression, but with a superb arsenal of technique.
And Qualush hanging in there, a champ for a reason, very clearly. A couple of foot stomps possibly there, or maybe it was excessive clinching with the knees.
Yes, he's warned there, Chris, you were right, well spotted. And Pete Richardson, our referee, is so quick to pick up on these sort of things.
Highly experienced, obviously one of the very best in the world. And a little bit of an adjustment for Wells, shin guards here, and we'll be back underway.
And you can see Wells looking to let the leg go. You never know where it's going to come from next.
Oh my goodness. And it's so crazy. It's like Wells backs off to avoid the low kick, goads him in, and then jumps in with a 360 back kick. Qualush returns in kind. Unbelievable.
Oh, a bit low there into the midsection of Wells. The Belgian coach is saying it wasn't. But again, have you noticed when they clinch, it's Wells that leads with the knee. He's really embracing the K1 concept.
He's ferocious. He is seriously ferocious. And I know I've used the word unbelievable at least 3 or 4 times in this bout, but I don't care. It's a spectacle. And you sort of think coming in here tonight, you know, the big stage, the Fighters Walkway, it's a great venue, and we've had just breathtaking fight after fight. Oh!
Hand from Wells, uses his height so well. But Halish, what a powerhouse. You see the way he grabbed and turned Wells there. But
mental.
Again, getting through with those punches now.
Absolutely mental. I mean, Wells is swarming like a nest of angry hornets, and Qualush just happy to go after. Look at that. Spinning back fist to 360 wheel kick and nearly lands it.
And then the knee and the right hand from Wells in return. The second round has really heated up, Chris.
It's frantic, would be the best way to describe it. Nice clash of low kicks. Both fighters trying to time that single kick. I'd like to see Qualush enter with punches and then try to crank those kicks. He's got to make Wells respect him.
That's right. You're right there, Chris. It's a good point. When it comes to the exchanges upright with the punches, Wells is certainly dominant. But again, just as Qualush went to set himself, he takes the legs. That's what I love about Liam. He's settled so well into the K1 style.
And he knows when to dump the power on as well. It's like, look
Qualush over the top. He smiles, and look at that sportsmanship.
These guys love it. It's so great to see 2 young fighters come in here tonight with this Fan-Man title here. Unbelievable stuff. I've said it.
We talked about this earlier, Chris. It's close. But when you look at ring dominance, the shot choice and the timing, I feel you've got to go with the blue corner again.
Yeah, Wells just a bit sharper. You know, Qualush always there, never backing down. But as I said, it's probably giving Liam Wells the edge here 2 rounds in. Let's see what happens in round 3. I can't wait. I got goosebumps, Malcolm. Time after time, move after move. Just when one fighter ups the ante, the other was willing to go along for that ride.
And there's the right hand of Wells.
And a counter right from Qualush as well. Oh my goodness.
The spin kick to the midsection, the axe kick, then the right hand.
And you could hear that one just thump home, but Qualush took it.
Oh, he's tough. He is so tough. But it's, for me, the fluidity of Wells that he's got to go against. And the right hand lands again, then drops the axe on his forehead. And Halish, you have to look to say, did that land?
It's jaw-dropping to see. And Qualush just happy to engage. Nice right. That was a great right round kick. I want to see more of those. He's got to catch Wells stationary and then slap those home. I want to see him also use the inside one, you know, attack that femoral artery.
Oh, the right hand from Wells is just the difference between the two at the moment. Oh, and then the left of the body. But I love the way Halish immediately responds. Oh, that was a big right. That really caught his attention.
Biggest shot so far for Wells. Like I said, Wells showing off his boxing a little bit. I was going to say, I want to see him use those hands more. He's got such great snap in those straight punches. Good extension, the way he sort of cranks his shoulder into each shot. That's one of the best ways to throw those punches.
Halish, for the first time, you feel, he looks to his corner, he's wary of that boxing skill now. Look to his corner for inspiration.
And it's great to see a guy like Wells, you know, not just throwing arm punches. You could easily enjoy a good straight, you know, punch with like a range advantage, but he's also throwing in there to finish it.
What's happened here? Halish is getting the count. It's from that left hand. He looks to his corner. It was from the left of Wells as he came.
It was a jab. I was going to say it was a jab. Wow.
He looked to his corner. That jab caught him. And you said it's the straight nature. The shoulder goes behind it. The torque all goes with it. And just a jab. Halish, who has been so tough during this bout, gets the count.
Yeah, he ran into it. Man, flurries from Liam Wells. And that kick to the face landing. Qualush smiles. The crowd are on their feet here. This venue is about to explode, Malcolm.
Well, if we had any doubt, that third round so far really goes to Liam Wells in a big way.
I feel like that was like the most number of strikes we've seen all night, and just an incredible matchup time after time.
Now, you said that was a jab, but Halish, who'd been so tough, suddenly looked to his corner and said no and took the count.
Unbelievable. I cannot wait to see the replay on that one. And Liam Wells, a real star in the making, and Qualush, every bit as tough as we imagined.
So Chris, 2 more rounds. Oh, and a jump spin kick to the face of Halouche.
And Wells going 360. I mean, he's thrown like 6 or 7 of those kicks in this fight. And nice boxing. I love how he swaps from the dynamic kicks to the boxing and just mixes it up so well. It's like he's totally unpredictable.
You start to worry for Halouche now after the 3rd day because he's done so well, but Wells is really hunting him down now.
And Wells going so high on those kicks, his leg actually went out of the ring.
Oh, and the right hand lands again, and Halouche backs off.
But that was a significant round there for Wells. I mean, if there was any doubt about whether or not he's ahead on the scorecards, that count was a factor.
Nice low kick from Halouche, but he has to eat a left and then left and right to the body. And you feel Wells is pushing forward now with impunity, Chris. He's saying, I've got your measure now, I've hurt you, and when you come forward, I'm going to hit you with combinations.
And Qualouche obviously needs to think about the fact that he may need a stoppage here. You know, you're in their 4th round, big title fight. Wells happy to keep moving.
Halouche went for the knee, Wells blocked it. And again checks the low leg kick, then looks for his own left jab again. And they go once more. Very sporting contest, Chris.
And another one where, you know, the scorecards might not tell the entire story of the fight. It's interesting and maybe one of the flaws of the 10-point must system.
Oh, that left from that southpaw stance comes through the channel.
And it's great to see how Wells can swap stances and then threaten with the cross. You know, obviously when he goes to an orthodox stance, it's a right cross. If he goes southpaw, it's a left. And I feel like that's really thrown off Qualouche tonight.
And Halouche's corner, you feel, are just getting frustrated. They held the hands up there and they shouted at him, trying to inspire him, but you could see the measure of as well at the end, and Wells smiles.
Crazy. And Wells just going high-octane pace right to the final bell. It's fascinating to see such a highly skilled fighter who is just continually trying to push for the finish, Malcolm.
So Chris, it's this simple. Halouche needs a stoppage, and I think Wells will look for it himself as well. So this 5th round could be the best of the night so far.
And what's fascinating to me, you know, as a commentator, as a fan, is to see the evolution of a guy like Liam Wells. I mean, just a year ago, he was sort of known for being a fighter who was a total counter-striker, and he's pressing the action in stylistic fashion.
Yes, the right hand from the southpaw stance, the piston. You never know where the legs are. He was going to spin there. You saw him chamber. You never know where the legs are going to come from. You never know what's going to happen next.
Nice right low kick from Qualouche. And Qualouche in great shape. I mean, this guy's throwing so much power.
Nice low kicks though from Halouche. He suddenly came alive.
Yeah, I was going to say he's had a lot of power cranking into those. Hasn't lost anything in pace the whole night. Nice check from Wells. And you can see some of the marks on Wells' body from the connection of Qualouche. You know, he's certainly...
Oh, he's tough, Chris. He's tough. And I said the knees have begun to show. But look at that.
Front leg side kick straight to the face. I mean, at close distance as well.
It's not like the heel. He knew what he was doing superbly.
It's crazy to see.
He's so tough, Chris, but look at this.
It's crazy to see how Wells can be like so close and not have really an optimum angle to throw such a high kick. But he does it anyways. He is someone who clearly is so flexible. He must have a fantastic strength conditioning program because it's really showing off.
Clash of heads, and Halouche is really saying Wells looks for his corner as well. It's a clash of heads. It's unfortunate.
I couldn't quite tell from our angle here what happened. Was it
to go there? One went to throw the kick, one went to throw the knee. The heads clashed. You saw it. Both men turned away immediately. I think it's totally accidental, but both men have been caught. Would be such a shame to end this way because it's been such a sporting contest. No hint of any malice.
And a good...
Best
Oh!
round of the fight so far for Halush for me. The way he's absorbed his punishment and chopped in those low leg kicks.
I was going to say it's a good chance for Qualush to recover, but Wells giving him no time, immediately charging at him. And Wells is looking to set something up here.
And he just steps to the side with such economy.
But it's Qualush who goes with a big shot. Man.
Side kick from Wells as Halush hits the groin.
Yeah, that inside leg kick went a little high. You know, you're going to see that happen from time to time, especially with such a height difference. So that was what I thought Wells was going for. I knew he was going to try to spin.
Well,
man,
big finish. What a great bout, Chris.
Unbelievable stuff. I mean, just a real spectacular display of such fascinating moves. I mean, it's like the greatest action movie you've ever seen with the way that these guys went after each other.
Now you know what the champions are.